considered and have given some autonomy to the Basque state and to Catalonia and so on, but it's more or less what they could be given, it's already given to them. So this is some like a problem going nowhere, okay, with this separatism. And I doubt it would so much develop, because for instance Catalonia was so to speak blackmailing the rest of the Spain as if they were the only working province of Spain, and all the others were lazing on a job, and like they have presented the reality of Spain as if it was all the hard work going on in the Basque country and in the factories in Catalonia, and as if in Andalusia, for instance, they were only singing and guitars and so on. But it's not the reality anymore, because the radical left has taken over the regional government in Catalonia. Then the economy, they for instance they were trying to get rid of the surplus of the tourists, which were disturbing the inhabitants. It's a very stupid thing to do when you have a tourism-based economy. But they were trying to do anyway, and because of this and some more stupid decisions and the typical lefty stuff, the Catalonia is not so special anymore. So this blackmailing is not really working anymore. Okay, they are perceived by my students, the Spaniards are perceived by my students as loud expression, full of expression and full of temperament and so on. They also believed to be very anti-Portuguese, and they are anti-Portuguese indeed, and the other way around, the Portuguese are very anti-Spanish. But there is some true in this, for instance, when we take Portuguese as a contrast, cultural contrast. For instance, it is perceived, and it is an absolute fact that when it comes to the art, the sculptures in the churches in Portugal and in Spain, it was observed, and it's true that in Portuguese churches, all the sculptures depicting the saints and the animals and the people in Portugal are very mild and benign, and in Spain are more aggressive, passionate, and so on. And so also the language, for instance, I was teaching for a short period of time. I was teaching, sent by my educational institution. I was teaching the Portuguese students were learning at the Instituto Superior de Comunicação Empresarial, and this is the way how they pronounced it. And the Spanish people would pronounce it Instituto Superior de Comunicación Comercial, or something like this. That would be a Spanish equivalent. So very energetic, right? As comercial, and not empresarial, but comercial. And this of course is the difference of words, but those is more or less the same. But the Spanish would prefer the word comercial, I think. So this is much more energy in Spanish language, and it's very hard to say why, because the Iberian nations are more or less the same. There is some similarity when it comes to pronunciation between the Portuguese and the Catalonians, for instance, and they like each other because they are both against the centralism of Spain, and Portugal used to belong to Spain from 1580 to 1640, and then Portugal and Catalonia in the same time revolted, so the Spanish had to decide which revolt to fight first, and that's why Portuguese was free or independent again. So there is some difference, and the Spanish also want to portray themselves as passionate. They want to take the la pasión, the Spanish virtue, and they are always stressing this, even if they are not very passionate themselves, I mean individual persons. They like this stereotype. This is the auto-stereotypization. Okay, corrida, wine, fiestas, religion. Religion not so much, not recently, because also the Spanish anti-clericalism is very strong. It's all of this